When humanity stopped trusting their Creator, they didn't just fall into sin. They fell into complete madness. To survive, they built technologies and massive monuments, and even engineered demonic rituals. They turned a beautiful, ordered world into a self-made asylum. After Adam and Eve are expelled from the garden, humanity is gripped by a deep sense of vulnerability. Instead of trusting God to provide, they attempt to manufacture their own security. But this triggers a tragic downward spiral that looks like this. They rely on earthly things to satisfy their deepest needs, but apart from God, it fails to satisfy their needs. Desperate for control, they turn to destructive and irrational choices. As this self-reliance grows, it leads to total depravity and eventually a total mania. In this video, we are going to trace this devastating downward spiral from the first generations after Eden straight into the darkest demonic rituals of the ancient world. Cain sets the stage for this descent into depravity. He places his trust in his own control. Envious that God was pleased with Abel's generous offering but not his, he kills his brother. But instead of fixing his broken heart, the murder only accelerates his downward spiral, deepening his isolation. As a consequence, Cain is sent away to be a restless wanderer. Terrified he will be killed on sight, he begins to sink into even more desperation. But God reaches down. He supplies Cain with unearned assurance, offering him a way to step out of the cycle, return to trust, and safely bear his consequences. Then the Lord said to him, "Not so. Whoever kills Cain will suffer a sevenfold vengeance." And the Lord put a mark on Cain so that no one who came upon him would kill him. But Cain refuses to let go of his need for control. He continues to seek security apart from God. Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord, and he built a city and named it Enoch after his son Enoch. Instead of trusting God's mark of protection, Cain walks away from God's presence entirely. He builds a walled city, desperate to manufacture the security he refused to receive from his Creator. With this final act, Cain locks humanity into a downward spiral of distrust. Destined to live as restless wanderers, Cain's lineage experiences a growing terror, so they continue as Cain did to seek their security outside of God. In this pursuit, many inventors are born of Cain's lineage. As they attempt to manufacture their security, they invent tents for shelter, music to beautify their godless lives, and metalworking to forge weapons. All this brings us to the first polygamist, Lamech. Lamech uses the new tools that his family invented to kill, and then he boasts about his unmatched power. Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Zillah, "Hear my voice, you wives of Lamech. Listen to what I say. I have killed a man for wounding me, a young man for striking me. If Cain is avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 77-fold. We see the ultimate escalation of depravity here. Whereas Cain tried to hide his murder in remorse, Lamech glorifies his. Lamech feels no shame. Instead, he glories in his own deadly strength. He isn't just making destructive choices. He has completely lost his ability to see their destructive effects. Lamech proves exactly where this downward spiral leads. When technological advances replace God, they only accelerate the descent into depravity and ultimately madness. Human engineering alone, will never truly meet our deepest needs. The downward spiral doesn't stop with Lamech's weapons. As paranoia grows, humanity's grip on reality completely snaps. When people began to multiply on the face of the ground, the sons of God went into the daughters of humans, who bore children to them. These were the heroes that were of old, warriors of renown. What exactly is happening in this strange passage? It was a common practice in this era to engage in pagan fertility rituals involving demonic forces or fallen angels. In a desperate attempt to become gods themselves, mankind used these rituals to breed strong, bloodthirsty men called the Nephilim. This was their ultimate delusion, believing they could make their own human race gods through their own control. They entirely lost their sense of reality. This is the rock bottom of a severed trust in the goodness of God. Humanity didn't just plunge into sin. They plunged into a collective psychosis, pursuing the darkest powers imaginable to find their safety. To stop this madness, God cleansed the earth, saving only Noah and his family, the only man who still trusted in him. Yet generations later, at the Tower of Babel, the delusion returns. In their lack of trust, humanity builds a monument in their own madness, a massive tower in attempts to reach the heavens and guarantee their own security. To shatter this delusion, God steps in, confusing their languages and scattering them across the earth. And here the period of creation ends. Humanity is left scattered, isolated, and unable to even understand one another. By trying to manufacture their own security apart from God, they didn't build a utopia. They twisted a beautiful, ordered world into a babbling, self-made asylum. In our own lives, we face the same deep fear of vulnerability. Caught in our spiral of distrust, we look to earthly things to meet our needs. But instead of providing true security, this self-reliance inevitably fails. That failure breeds desperation, and that desperation drives us to make destructive and irrational choices. When we try to play God with our own lives, it doesn't just lead us into sin. It destroys our peace of mind. In the end, trying to engineer our own security apart from our Creator leaves us exactly where humanity was at Babel, trapped in a self-made asylum of our own anxiety, isolated, confused, and completely delusional. But even with humanity scattered across the earth, God refuses to abandon us to the madness. To break this downward spiral, He is about to change His entire strategy and open His school of trust. In the next episode, we'll see how God begins to heal the world by calling one man out of the desert to completely surrender his need for control in a radical act of blind trust. A man named Abraham. God is going to make him wait until all human hope is dead, giving him a miraculous son, and then ask him to put a knife to that boy's throat. Why would a good God make a demand that sounds exactly like the darkest demonic rituals of the pagan world? Hit subscribe and we'll uncover the answer in the next episode.